Hello and welcome back to Jarvis Johnson Gold, the premium channel that is free. It is free, but if you're watching this, you're premium. And today we'll be talking about posting your own L's and how sometimes people do it on TikTok unprovoked. Specifically, we'll be talking about an account on TikTok called The Desirable Truth. The Desirable Truth has 653,000 followers on TikTok. They describe themselves as the voice of the people, the Desirable Truth microphone. So the question on the table is, how do you feel about her guy friends? The correct answer is, who cares?
How do you feel about her having guy friends?
That's totally cool.
So you don't care if she were to spend time with them one-on-one?
No, I think that's insecure if you do.
How is that insecurity?
These are leading questions. They're presuming that something bad can happen if a man and a woman who aren't in a relationship spend time together one-on-one. It's a very insecure way of viewing relationships. This is often the case in these communities. They act like you need to prevent your significant other's access to other people because they're just waiting to cheat. In reality, if you have to completely control all of your partner's relationships in order to prevent them from cheating, then you're not in a healthy relationship and you shouldn't be in that relationship. Trust is important. You need it. And without it, you have nothing.
You don't think her being in that environment with another man one-on-one would
Her being in that environment with another man one-on-one
create a bridge between you two?
create a bridge between you two? Like, I just don't understand. Like, if I have female friends, right? And if they get into relationships, that doesn't mean that we stop being friends. It's just so insecure. It's just so insecure.
Because at the end of the day, relationships are all about trust. And if you don't trust your person, you shouldn't be with them.
Correct. If you don't trust your person, you shouldn't be with them. And it seems like this guy has a really hard time understanding that very basic fact.
Doesn't really matter. If those friendships existed before me, who am I to say no, right? At the end of the day, as a man, it's about being confident. And if you're confident enough, it doesn't matter.
But why would
Yeah, because he's basically calling out the toxic masculinity of it all. I agree with this man.
But why would your woman want to spend time with another man one-on-one if she has you?
Why would your woman is already so possessive, and like he keeps asking questions, like looking for a different answer, and it's like, you're not gonna get a different answer, man. You're trying to introduce insecurity and fear into a relationship that seems, that they are, do not worry about these things that you worry about. It's like you're trying to project your deep fears onto these other people that do not have the fears. He's basically like, but aren't you afraid? Look under the bed, there's going to be a monster under there. And they're like, no, I mean, like, we trust that there's no monsters under the bed. We've looked under the bed before, and we've learned that there's nothing really to be afraid of. It's like, so you just are in your room in the dark and you don't look under the, I don't understand, but what if the monsters get you? He just like does not understand the concept that they're not worried about what he's worried about. What we're going to see in the comments, I think, is going to be a little surprising because they're not good. What's that? The comments aren't good on the internet? Yeah, something triggered her when he asked that question. Something going on. Bro lives in La La Land. Rip. She doesn't respect him. Like, what is this? What is it with people like reading the fucking tea leaves of someone's body language when they're being accosted on the street for an interview? They're out and about. They're busy. They're like having a night out. They've given you a little bit of their time that, you did not deserve. And people think that they know these people's relationship better than they do.
How old are you?
23.
How old is your man?
I actually have a girlfriend.
Okay, that's sick. So wait,
He didn't expect that. I love how, just first off, thoughts here. Like, he just really does not know what's going on, and he needs everybody else to explain to him what his opinion should be.
I actually have a girlfriend.
okay, that's sick. So wait, are you bi, straight, or what?
I'm lesbian.
Are you bi, straight, or what? Kind of a silly question to ask if you're straight after this person just told you that they have a girlfriend.
What made you realize you didn't like men?
I don't.
What made you realize you didn't like men? What would you ask that to a man? Would you ask that question to your bros? Hey bro, like, hypothetically, what made you realize you didn't like men? I'm just asking. I'm just curious. Asking someone to explain why they are wired a certain way it's completely pointless. You should ask him why he doesn't like men.
Why do you think men care about a woman's body count?
Oh my god, that's so stupid. People actually ask that shit.
She is roasting him so hard, and he's standing on business, He's saying, yes, I need to know your body count. And I know the comments are not going to be good.
If a man is ever asking you about your body count, you're talking to the wrong man, and he can get fucked.
Why would you post this?
What do you think about the analogy? If one key can open any locks, it's known as a master key.
Oh my God, dude. This is such a fucking fresh and fit ass question.
It is not easy to be good with women. This is why men that have sex with a lot of girls are idolized. This is why guys that are good with women are respected, because most men can't do it. And this is why women that are promiscuous are not. Because a key that opens many locks is a master key. A lock that opens any key is a shitty lock.
It's a shitty lock.
I think that if a woman is an analogy to you, then you're not fucking ready to be talking to a woman, and you should probably get fucked. So.
Oh my God. Why would you post this? Yeah, he regretted asking. Wow. This got 400,000 likes, dude. Everyone is eating him up in the comments. I mean, kudos to him for posting this because no one is on his side.
How do you feel about your girl having guy friends?
That's absolutely unacceptable.
Of course, this fucking guy. Great value Pharrell Williams over here. What are you doing, man? He looks so cherry-picked, too. Like, how did he even find this man?
I don't think that men and women can be friends.
This feels so staged. What are the odds that you find this guy who looks like Pharrell Williams became a pickup artist and he has exactly your beliefs? It feels like it's, I don't know. I sense foul play. I don't know. Also, where are they? Usually they do these things like on college campuses and stuff, but or like on the Vegas Strip or something.
I'll put it to you this way. I don't ever tell a woman what she can and can't do. However, if she does certain things, I'm no longer with her, if that makes sense.
It's so crazy, dude. I'm getting such controlling vibes. He's presenting this like it's boundaries, but the boundary is that you cannot talk to men, any other man but me.
So where do you draw the line?
If he's not your brother or your cousin or your father or your uncle, then you shouldn't have any communication with him, you know?
You know what that means, boys? No grandpas. If she's talking to her grandpa, I leave her ass on the street, dude. No grandpas, dude. If she's taking a class with a male professor, sorry, that's a boundary of mine. You can't talk to him. I don't care if you're failing your class because of your participation grade. Don't show up to lecture.
Father or your uncle, then you shouldn't have any communication with them, you know? Unless it's a coworker and it's only at work. You see what I'm saying?
He has so many qualifications. He has to go through like a flow chart to figure out whether or not he's upset that his girlfriend has talked to a man. She's like, I went to the store today and I saw a guy. And he's like, what? You saw a guy? And it's like, yeah, he was checking me out. What? He was checking you out? He was checking me out at the cash register because I was buying a shirt. He like squares up when the mailman comes by. Hey babe, who was that at the door? Oh, it was a mailman. A male and a man. He's just got like a vein popping out of his head.
Some women like to say, oh, I don't look at men that way.
Some women say this thing of like, this guy, he's like a friend. I call bullshit. That's impossible.
A lot of women also like to say, you need to be a little bit more secure, a little bit more confident.
A lot of women also like to say, stop objectifying me. A lot of women also like to say, can we watch what I want to watch on TV tonight? And I just say, no, babe, that's my boundary as a man. And you cannot cross that boundary.
You need to trust your woman more, and it has nothing to do with trust. It has more so to do with our biological urge to be territorial with our women.
People say I should trust my woman more. And I say, no, she's my woman, and you can't tell me what to do with her because I'm a man, a mailman. You have a delivery. It's me. What am I saying? This is the vibe of these people. Guy friends are just friend-zoned men waiting for an opportunity to strike. It's so... To strike? That is... Why are you framing it like a battle, dude? They're just men waiting in the trenches for when her guard's down, then they'll attack. Like, or they're friends. This is crazy, dude. But before we get into that, let's hear from today's sponsor, Aura. Aura is an app that helps you control what private information about you is shared online. There is unfortunately a lot of information that can be found about you on the internet, from your full name, your phone number, email address, physical address, names of your relatives. It's a lot. And the reason that this data is available is because there are these data brokers that profit by selling your information to prying eyes. Thankfully, Aura can identify those data brokers and submit opt-out requests on your behalf to get you out of their system. They'll even opt you out of junk mail and telemarketing lists, which I need. I get a lot of bad mail. I've been using Aura for months now. It's basically how I find out that my data is at risk, because I mean, just recently I got an email about a data breach for a service that I use, and I was like, uh-oh, well, that's scary. I ought to look into what to do. And then Aura tells me some things I can do. I can make sure that that password isn't used elsewhere. It really makes me feel like I'm on top of my information. And on top of all of this, Aura's app also features a VPN, a password manager, real-time credit and identity theft monitoring, internet parental controls, and it protects your devices from malware. So it's a lot in one app. So let Aura do the hard work of keeping you safe online. Head on over to aura.com/Jarvis, that's my name, to get a 14-day free trial of Aura and see what information about you is out there. And thanks again to Aura for sponsoring this video. Now back to the video. The views and opinions captured in these videos do not necessarily reflect the views of the creators. This is really interesting because the questions are very pointed.
Realistically, you expect a man to spend $800 on a first day?
Yeah.
Has it happened before?
Yeah.
This is just insult bait. I truly do not believe that this person expects $800 from a first date. But you know, whatever. Also, I feel like if you're into somebody, you don't even have to do a date that costs money.
He gotta be rich as fuck like Elon Musk. Like
how much?
Like Elon Musk.
This feels so fake, dude. This has to be fake. No one's saying that. Like, this is fake.
Elon Musk would eat this all night.
Okay, this is so staged, dude. This is not a real person. What? The last thing I expected to hear in this video, and I'm not even gonna repeat it because I don't think those words should come out of my mouth. In fact, I do not think they should, but you heard them.
80 years old or 8 years old, he wanna eat this. It's like, nah.
80 years old or 8 years old? What the fuck is happening? What is this?
What is this? What makes you think he'd be interested in you?
First of all, I'm so sexy.
Oh, this is extremely staged. This is like omega staged. How little do you think of your audience that they're gonna buy this?
I'm just kidding. I'm really just a bad bitch and I don't give a fuck about nobody. I don't give a fuck. You know what? Every time you meet somebody, they die.
What? What is happening? What did she say? Okay, here's what I heard. I don't know what she said. I heard every time I meet somebody, they die.
You know what? Every time you meet somebody, they die.
Everybody died though.
Not take the heat. And that's point blank.
Would you prefer to have your...
It just moves on.
Do you think most men want their woman to be all provocative on their Instagram or be more modest?
They can feel free to do whatever they want and post whatever they want.
Well, most of the time they do it because of the likes and the attention that they get, not for themselves.
Says who? Based on what? You can't just... Since when did you become like a participant in the discussion and not an interviewer? This is no longer an interview. Dude, this guy is like auditioning for Fresh and Fit.
When do you want your woman to dress provocatively as opposed to modestly?
What are these outfits, dude? What? I have no words.
And I could see that her nipples were pierced. That wouldn't bother you?
If I could see that her nipples are pierced, what is this hypothetical, dude? Keep it in your pants, buddy.
That wouldn't bother you?
I mean, people could look all day long. Hey, bro, hey, come on, man. Come on, bro. You could look all day long, but again, see, guys, that's how you handle shit, all right? You don't be a little bitch about it.
What just happened? What happened off camera? What did he handle?
So if she was out with you, and I could see that her nipples were pierced.
It is such a funny hypothetical. If I see her out, and she's wearing a shirt that says boobs, which reminds me that she has them, what do you do?
It is almost impossible in modern day to tell a woman what to do.
And I've tried. It is tough. I cannot figure it out. Can you help me? It's good that he's having trouble telling women what to do. It really says a lot, though.
I'm a high value man. I make over 6 figures.
I am a high value man. It's like, where do you find these people? Do this many people on the streets of Miami speak in red pill lingo? Like, something isn't adding up about this to me.
I have all my shit together. I've been all over the world. I've done all sorts of shit. I've done shit, more dudes.
Hold on. He goes, I'm a high value man. I make over 6 figures. I've been doing shit. I did some shit over there. I've been all over the world doing shit. I shat somewhere over here. I've been shitting all over the world.
I've done all sorts of shit. I've done shit, more dudes on this show probably I've never been done before.
I've done more shit dudes on this show probably ever even done before. I've been shitting way more than these dudes. Dude, I shit so much. I can't even count how much I've shit, dude. I'm a high value man. That means I've shat over 6 figures worth of times.
It takes a lot for a woman to impress me. Like, I have a bunch of women in my DMs. I have a bunch of women trying to talk to me.
That you're capping. You were capping, my friend. I have a bunch of women in my DMs. All right. Whatever. Okay. Sure. I have a lot of women in my DMs. They're all saying they have a gift for me, and all I have to do is click on this little link, and I'll receive a nice gift. Then it made me log into my Instagram. So I did that, and then I got locked out of my Instagram. So I haven't been able to get back into it. If anybody has a contact at Instagram, the women in my DMs stole my Instagram. One of the women said she was a princess in her country, but she just needed me to wire her a few $1,000s in Bitcoin. Me being a high value man and investing being a big part of that, I figured this was a great investment to just put forth a few $1,000s and get millions of dollars in return, because after watching the market, I think that was a great investment for me. But unfortunately, she hasn't responded after I sent the Bitcoin.
I have a bunch of women in my DMs. I have a bunch of women trying to talk to me on a daily basis. I run around here outside, women eyes bulging out of the skulls and shit.
No. That is not happening. Me when I lie, dude. I run around here in Miami, the women, their eyes bulge out of their face, and they're all in my DMs. I just can't get rid of them. There's so many of them.
When I was younger, I did try to lead with my wallet. And that's the worst fucking thing you could do.
Do not lead with your wallet, fellas. Lead with your bare chest. Only button 1 or 2 buttons. Button as few buttons on your shirt as possible. Lead with your chest. That way you show how masculine you are, how powerful you are. Wear tight pants, Gucci belt, front and center. Have two-tone hair. Make it really confusing. In fact, make your facial hair look like it was painted on. That'll really make the eyes bulge out of their heads.
Do you think it's easier for you to get puss?
I can get a lot of puss.
What are you, Shrek? Wait, who is saying
I can get a lot of puss, but I can't get the high value puss necessarily. That's what I'm trying to get at.
So
I'm actually struggling.
As a high value man, what does high value puss look like to you then?
I'm looking.
This is me. I'm playing Pokemon Yellow, and there's a trainer. They're called spinners. They're the trainers that like look in different directions, and so you have to like walk past them while they're not looking.
I'm looking. I don't see none out here right now.
All right, let me set the stage. My friend is in town for just a night, and he's like, hey, I want to eat at a 5-star restaurant that's nearby. Do you know any places? And this is how I respond.
I'm looking. I don't see none out here right now. Yeah, these are all like 4s. So they don't dress nice for their homegirls. They dress nice for us to try to get attention.
It is so wild to be saying this with a fully open shirt. And who are you doing that for? Whose approval are you looking for?
For me, being a 35-year-old man, I try to talk to them and see like what kind of knowledge they have going on.
Oh, wow. Well spoken too. As a 35-year-old man, I try to figure out what kind of knowledge these women have. Hello, ma'am. What knowledge do you have?
Should you have any say in the friends that your girlfriend keeps around her?
No.
What if you could tell that they're probably playing a bad influence on her?
I mean, I'll voice it to her. I'll be like, yo, your friend's a hoe.
Dude, Miami. This guy's making you look bad. It cannot all be like this in Miami, dude.
Slip in like little but I won't get on her about it. Because at the end of the day, I don't control who she can be friends.
I'll pepper in your friend's a hoe, but I won't get on her about it. I mean, I'm a gentleman.
I'm not going to be that helicopter boyfriend that's like,
I don't want you hanging out with this person.
He transformed in front of our very eyes.
You're hanging out with this person. I don't want you hanging out with that person.
That's not me.
That's Igor, my demon that lives inside of me. That's not me.
I personally don't believe in platonic friendships between women and men.
I don't believe it. Like Santa Claus? That's crazy. You don't believe in it, so you think everyone's lying. Everyone that has a platonic relationship is lying to you. That's crazy to me.
He's just a friend. He's my cousin, even. Come to find out, I was either cheated on or they've been talking to him, or they go ahead and fuck them when we're done.
Dude got betrayed by his cousin. I think that's bad, obviously, and it's shitty, but it is not a reason to cast such a broad net. That's on them. That's people being bad, which people can be. They're allowed to be bad, but that doesn't mean you throw the baby out with the bathwater, you know?
Do you think that most American men would want to go for the American woman or foreign woman like you?
I think a foreign woman. So like in Ireland, we don't have people like you. So when I see people like you, I'm like, shit, man.
Oh no. What is happening right now? Are we witnessing true love? Is he gonna hang up the alpha male interview series and walk off into the sunset with this Irish woman?
Oh, black people?
Oh no, it got worse. No.
It's like, you want what you can have, no?
So do you want dark chocolate?
Oh my God. I need to break the screen and make it go away. Dude, is this his line? The first time we see him flirt and this is his line, do you like dark chocolate? I am going to gag. I am never gonna eat dark chocolate again. I was planning on eating this later. I will not be doing that because I don't think I can stomach it.
Dark chocolate is my favorite, especially.
Why? Dark chocolate is my favorite.
Especially when it's 85%.
Wait, what do I have here? I got 70%. So she doesn't want me. I'm not dark chocolate enough for her.
I'm 100% dark chocolate.
Shit, man! That's maybe too bitter for me.
He fumbled this somehow. He somehow fumbled this. This is the face of a man who has lost it. He's lost the plot. All right. I'm gonna go, I don't know, watch some basketball or something. Bye.